What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, CEO, MTS Nutrition, Chief Marketing Officer, TigerFitness.com, creator of the Outright Bar, and partner in the Ambrosia Collective and 015 Nutrition. So, check it out. Can you build lean mass and burn fat at the same time? One of the age-old questions that will never, ever stop being asked, no matter how many videos I do on it. However, that's why I keep doing videos on it, because that means I have still not answered the question, or y'all might be following me just recently and you haven't seen my old videos on it. And for that, I say thank you and welcome to the club. Welcome to the Gains Show. All right, check it out. So, can you build lean mass and burn fat at the same time? Can you build muscle and burn fat at the same damn time? And the answer is maybe. Now, people say, is it possible to gain lean mass and burn fat at the same time? Well, it's possible. A lot of things are possible. It's possible that you run a lot and your testicles get all twisted up. You have to have surgery. It's possible that you get struck by lightning. It's possible that Carrie Underwood flies through my window right there, buck-ass naked, lands right here on my table. Lands on my table with nipple tassels and everything, and starts singing America the Great, America the Beautiful. It's not going to happen. You have more of a chance of building muscle and losing fat at the same time as that. In fact, I'll give you a few variables, a few scenarios where it's highly likely. Not impossible, not possible, but likely. I'll give you some scenarios where it's highly unlikely. And I'll give you the best methods to gain lean mass and lose fat in this video. But before we get to that part, be sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and of course, click on that notification bell. So, if you are a beginner, meaning if you have less than a year of weight training under your belt, if you are untrained, simply lifting weights with your diet being complete, utter crap, you might gain lean mass and lose fat at the same time because you're starting at a level that's untrained. Any stimulus is a lot of stimulus, and if you're just eating by what you've been eating, well, I mean, your body's going to notice this extra calorie burn, this extra stimulus. Your body's going to be having all these anabolic processes coming through, and wow, it's going to start gaining lean mass. Now, if you combine being a newbie, you start weight training and you start eating correctly to gain, but you have a fast metabolism, meaning that you have trouble gaining weight, there's a good chance that you will gain lean mass and lose fat at the same time. If you are naturally fat, you start lifting weights and you go into a caloric deficit, there is a chance you will gain muscle and lose fat at the same time. Let's say you're an intermediate to advanced lifter, 1 to 3 years of training. Very possible, not very likely, even if your diet and training are on point. It is hard to do. If you're an advanced lifter, now I'm talking about naturals here, we'll get into drugs in a second. If you are an advanced lifter, you know what? Probably not. Probably not. Okay, you're not going to gain muscle and lose fat at the same time. You can. It's possible. Again, the Carrie Underwood scenario, it's highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. Now let's move forward. What is the best way to do it? Well, you want to aim to gain lean mass. What I recommend you do is you diet down, losing 1 to 2 pounds a week. Whatever you decide to do for dieting, whether it's keto or carbohydrate inclusive, that's up to you. One easy way to figure it out is aim for a gram of protein per pound of body weight, around 0.5 grams of fat per pound of body weight, fill in the rest of your caloric needs with carbohydrate, and of course, adjust your macros, namely your carbohydrates, as stick points are reached in an attempt to lose 1 to 2 pounds of fat per week or of body weight per week. You will lose some muscle, but the goal is to lose as little muscle as possible to maintain muscle. That's why you resistance train. Everything I am talking about requires resistance training. This video is meant for people who lift weights. This video is meant for people who go to the gym or train at home, whatever it is you need to lift. You need to have resistance training, bands, weights, whatever, more. I would highly suggest lifting the good old iron, some weights, right? Now, again, that's beyond the scope of this video. You need to resistance train. The question is, can you gain lean mass and lose fat at the same time? The answer is, yeah, you can. It's probably not probable for most people. It's possible, not probable. Now, after you reach where your body fat's under 10%, I like around 8% body fat, you start what I call is a lean gain. What you do in the lean gain is you aim to gain 1 to 2 pounds of weight per month. That's right, per month. That's literally half a pound a week. Barely noticeable. But over the course of 12 months, that's 12 to 24 pounds. If you can even keep that at 50% lean mass growth, that's 6 to 12 pounds. And the more new you are to training, the more lean mass to fat gain you will have. It is very, 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 very possible to gain mostly lean mass if you use that strategy. But are you gaining lean mass and losing fat at the same time? No. You're just gaining more lean mass than you are gaining fat. So you will gain some fat. And then when you diet, your weight will go down. And even if you diet to the same body fat, same weight you were, you will have a higher muscle to fat ratio. Basically, the summation of this is the more advanced you are at weight training, the more unlikely it is that you will gain lean mass and lose fat at the same time. Highly, highly, highly unlikely. However, if you adhere to strategies like I like to do, which is when you lose weight and get really lean, the leaner you are, the more insulin sensitive most people are. That means your body will uptake more nutrients. You will store more of those calories as you're bulking 1 to 2 pounds a month gain. You will utilize more of those calories from muscle than for fat storage. If you're training hard, 4 to 6 days a week of resistance training, you will elicit the overload that your muscle needs to grow. If you are nourishing yourself with proper food, proper nutrition, proper rest, proper sleep, proper hydration, proper supplementation, you will gain lean mass. Again, this is geared towards naturals. We'll get into the enhanced later. Now, I'm going to also recommend you keep health. If you get a flu, if you get the C word, you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to say it because YouTube doesn't like the C word. It ends in 19, C word 19. Okay, if you get any of that, it'll set you back. You will lose lean mass and you will end all of your gains. It will just completely disrupt it and ruin your year. If you get the flu or the C word for a week, it will screw you up. You'll gain it back, but you have to gain it back. If you're just gaining and staying healthy, that's that. That's what I'm going to recommend, like I do in every video. I'm going to recommend you keep healthy. Be sure to get adequate. I like these nutrients. It's what I take. And what they do is they prevent viral replication. The nutrients are quercetin, 400 to 500 milligrams 2 times a day. Vitamin C, 1 gram 2 times a day. Okay. Zinc, 30 to 50 milligrams once a day. Vitamin D, 5,000 IUs once a day. Be sure to get adequate sunlight, stay active, and don't be fat. But if you're watching this video, you're already working on that. I will link a stack down below. If you do not get my stack, get it from Vitamin Shop, get it from Target. I don't care where you buy it. Just make sure you get those nutrients in you. To make it even more awesome, buy MTS Nutrition Immortal and Ambrosia Nectar. Those are the only, look, I can point to supplements. I think branched chain amino acids during training will help. I definitely think creatine is going to help, but that's going to be a separate video. Look for it. And that's going to be vitamins, minerals, supplements, whatever it is, whatever the title may be, to gain lean mass. My recommendation, maybe the top 5 supplements to gain lean mass. That's a separate video. So you got to watch this channel to get that video. I'll have it up in the next week or two. Okay. Now, if you're on steroids, everything's out the window. All right. Some people can diet and be calorically restricted, especially if they're new steroid users, not at their genetic potential. Say you're starting out, you're a year into steroid use, or less than a year, or it's your first cycle. I've seen people gain lean mass and lose fat on a hypocaloric, eating less calories than they're burning. I've seen people on starvation calories gain lean mass on steroids. Now, it's not optimal. It's probably a waste of steroids, but man, it can happen. If you're bulking on steroids, your lean mass to fat gain will be much higher. You will gain more lean mass than fat. Basically, steroids work, but are they for you? The answer from me is probably not. The health ramifications and the responsibility to use steroids for most people is great and much greater than what you need it for. And at the end of the day, nobody really cares how much lean mass you carry. But you could create a great muscular physique naturally. And for 99.9% of the people watching this, that's what you need to do. Be natural, be patient, aim to gain about a pound of lean mass a year. Be patient. I hope this video helps you. Yes, you can gain lean mass and lose fat at the same time. However, it is highly unlikely, improbable, but not impossible. What I recommend you do is get lean. Get down to around 8% body fat and lean gain 1 to 2 pounds a month. That'll make sure that your gains are mostly muscle to fat, not fat to muscle. Appreciate you guys watching. Be sure to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and of course, for all your sport nutrition needs, supplement needs, go to tigerfitness.com. And of course, if you haven't tried the Outright Bar, they're delicious. And I heard this might not be scientifically validated. It'll make you gain muscle and lose fat. Just kidding, just kidding, just kidding. But it's delicious and it's a part of a healthy diet. I'm Marc Lobliner. That's not a game. Man, I love me some chocolate chip cookies and milk. Chocolate chip cookies and milk. Chocolate chip cookie MTS way. Made with real cookie bits.